Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everybody. How are you? I'm very excited because this week I passed my certification for the life coach school. So I'm previously already certified with the Institute for Integrated Nutrition, but now I'm able to coach using the Life Coach School model. It's kind of a very systematic way to show you what you're thinking, that you think are facts, that are actually just what you're thinking, and then how those thoughts are impacting your everyday actions. It is, kind of a really great process, and one of the best I've found for working on thoughts. So if you're interested in being coached, then get on a free call with me to talk about what you want for your life, and then we can work out a plan to get you there, and if coaching fits that plan, right? If you're interested to learn more about the model, right, then I would say start by listening to Brooke Castillo's The Life Coach School podcast. That will give you a nice idea as to what she's talking about, and how she talks about the model, to see if that's something that you would be interested in as well. So speaking about goals, today we are talking about goal setting for personal growth and creating that roadmap for your best self. Most people have goals, right? Things they want to do or have or be. A lot of people think about it and mention those goals, just for New Year's resolutions. Then they don't even think about it again, right? Until the next new year, and you're like, oh yeah, I have these goals. I didn't do anything about them. So there's no wonder that those goals are never achieved, because they're never looked at, right? But if you have goals that you actually want to make progress on, then this is for you. And considering that we're about to go back into school starting, and some of you are already having that happen here at the end of July. A lot of people, it's in August, like us. It's the second week of August for us, but it's a perfect time to kind of get your mind around, what do I want? Because things change. So then you can kind of decide what you're going to put in for you, for your goal for during this time. So that the first, one of the fundamental aspects of reaching goals is having a mindset that empowers you and supports your journey. So to do that, we need to embrace a growth mindset. And a growth mindset is kind of, is where you believe in your ability to change, your ability to learn, your ability to transform. And that's kind of, needed for you to achieve your goal and become that best version of yourself. So understanding and getting into your mind, yes, I can make changes. Yes, I can learn things. Yes, I can make transformation in my life. That is the starting point, having that in your mind that, yes, I can do this, right? Because a lot of times we go into goals thinking we can't. But when you go into it thinking you can, you're more likely to get through the steps of the process. And again, you'll have to remind yourself of that all throughout, right? And to do that, you also need to suspend judgment of yourself, right? I mean, you have to decide when those thoughts come in that those thoughts are wrong. When the thought that says, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'll never get there, you have to decide to say, no, that's not true. I have made changes before. I have learned things before. I have done things and made changes and reached goals before. Okay, so we start with just dreaming. And I know that can seem hard, but you can do it. So create that vision of who you want to become without limitations. So close your eyes if you want, or if you can, right? Don't do it if you're driving, but close your eyes if you want and picture this, your best self. What do you look like? How are you dressed? How's your hairstyle? What's your demeanor? Can you see on your face, how you're feeling about yourself? How do you feel? Are you feeling confident, fun, free? What is that feeling you want? What do you achieve? Are you a person that's standing there in a vision of someone who's reached their health goals, their weight loss goals, their business goals? You've maybe just gone on your bucket list vacation, right? So take a moment to visualize you. So cool. Okay, now that you have that vision, let's make it a reality by setting meaningful goals, right? So what I want to tell you, a lot of people will tell you, oh, have 3 goals. You can have 8 for the year. There's so many different, start with one goal. Now, here I say, hold on, I have so many. Yes. But when you start with one and you achieve that goal, you go through that process, then it makes it easier to do that process on another goal. So start with one goal. What one thing you pictured do you want first? There are many ways to go, right? The one with the most impact on your life. A lot of people do that. The shortest one, so you get momentum, right? The easiest to get a quick win. The hardest, so all the other goals after seem like a piece of cake. Whichever way works for you is the best way. The important part is that it is only one. Why? Because, like I said, if you have one and you go after it, then you know the whole process of getting your goal. The other is so you don't flip-flop between them when you don't want to do something for the one you're on. Or it's very easy to go, oh, I have this other goal, so I don't want to do this right now, so I'll go over and do the action for this goal over here, right? Then you go over to that one and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, so I'll go back and do this one over here. And then you never actually get anything done, right? So let's get our goals done. So here's the process. You've chosen your goal. So the first step is goal clarity. So it's important to know exactly what you want to achieve. So kind of take a dive into your desires, your aspirations. What are you looking to do? Boost your career, improve your relationship, enhance your well-being. So get clear on that goal. And this clarity guides you towards what you want for your best self. Step 2, so, once you're kind of clear, kind of write that out, right? We've done the vision, right, in our heads. Now kind of write that out for that specific goal. Now we want to put that goal in a common framework. A lot of people use SMART or SMARTER goals. So SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Or for SMARTER, that's the full focus way. If you've heard of that company before, they add exciting and risky, because a lot of times we'll put projects in as a goal when in actuality, it's not something exciting for us, not something that we really want to do. So there's lack of motivation to do it because it's not something we actually want. It's something the company wants or something like that, right? So make sure your goal is something you want. And that's where that exciting and risky come in. For example, instead of saying, I want to lose weight, you reframe it as, I will lose 10 pounds in 3 months by exercising 3 times a week and eating a balanced diet. You see how you actually can get in there. You have the specific, you have it's measurable, you have achievable as relevant and time bound. And then if you want to lose weight, it's exciting. And then it's also can be risky if you have done the yo-yo dieting before, right? So once you know what you want it to be, make sure you're writing that down, right? Write down in that framework. Step 3 is to create your action plan. So you need a roadmap, a detailed plan of action. So break down your goal into smaller, manageable steps. So one of my mentors, Kara Harvey, breaks goals for moms into 15-minute tasks. Why? Because we often don't have an hour or more to work on something, right? When we break it down even smaller, it allows us to know the next action without needing to think about it and decide what to do. And we won't know what to start on, right? So then we end up not doing it. We take those 15 minutes to make that decision, and then the 15 minutes are gone. So let's make that plan. So what actions can you take daily, weekly, monthly to bring you closer to what you want? So write them down, schedule them in your calendar, commit to them, and then make sure you're taking the action, right? So let's kind of go back to one goal. That one goal is your focus, the must do for the period of time you set for that goal, right? So the example was 3 months. So then that is your focus for those 3 months. That does not mean you don't have other things you are doing, right? You got family, you got work projects, you have other activities. It's just that that's the one that you're focused on. That doesn't get rescheduled. It's the one that you look at it and you say, I don't want to do that right now. And then you go, but that's my focus. That's what I'm doing. And you do what you planned to do for that goal. So remember, personal growth isn't always a straight path. And when you embrace that growth mindset, that doesn't mean that things won't go wrong and that obstacles are not part of that journey. So when you face those challenges, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger? You'll learn from those setbacks, and then you can think of them as opportunities for growth. So whenever something comes up, you're like, I don't want to. That's the time. That's your opportunity to grow and move past it. Get the action done. Okay. Also, it's more difficult when you are doing this alone. So surround yourself with support. Seek out like-minded people who uplift and inspire you to listen to, right? Like I mentioned a couple of people. I mentioned Brooke, I mentioned Kara, right? Those are people that I listen to that inspire me. You're going to join groups, attend workshops, invest in a coach or some other personal development resource that will take you towards the goal you're after, right? Don't go and get, a bunch of other stuff because that takes you away from your focus, right? So having that support system encourages you to stay accountable and motivated, and then that aligns you with your best self and makes it more likely that you'll get closer to achieving that goal. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to emphasize the importance of self-compassion and celebrating every step forward, no matter how small. Be kind to yourself throughout the journey of reaching for goals. You are worthy of love, acceptance, and success. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, you have the power to create a roadmap for your best self and embrace that growth mindset. So if you're ready to take the next steps and have someone help you on your journey, I invite you to explore my one-on-one coaching program. So we work together for 6 months to help you achieve your goals and unlock your full potential. So comment or message me and we can get on a call to see if we are a good fit. Remember, you're capable of amazing things. So believe in yourself and create your roadmap for your best self. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. Until next week. Bye.